Mic check. Hello Johnny, hello Luke, how are you doing? I know that's all you natural girls. Dutch girls, you are beautiful. Hello, Rach. Because you are natural girls. Natural girls. I work for days and toil for hours and hours just to pay for your dress, all your wedding flowers. Dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head as you place the iron for those curves and that smile, that smile. 'Cause you're a natural girl. Natural curves. It's too much to ask for. I'll work for days and toil for hours and hours just to pay for your dress and all your wedding flowers. And your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head as you grace the aisle with those curves and that smile, that smile. 'Cause you're a natural girl. artist. Because you're a natural girl. Love changes everything. Days grow colder. Yeah, for a while since I played that one. Hello, Tim. Alabama Jolene, 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 I'm begging you, please, won't you take my man? Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare. Flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, and your voice is soft like summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls, 'cause your name's Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my mind, but you don't know what it means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 begging on, please, won't you take my man? Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of men. I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness, it depends on you. Whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 begging on, please, won't you take my man? You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. Doop. You're in Turkey. Take the time to make some sense of what you want to say. Cast your words way up on the waves. Sail them home with acquiesce on a ship Bum 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 bum. Bink. There's gotta be a record of you someplace. That's not right. Was it E major? No, it was C. Okay, my bad. There's gotta be a record of you someplace. That's better. You gotta be on somebody's books. The lowdown picture of your face. I love that chord. Your injured looks. I like that one as well. The sacred and profane. The pleasure and the pain. Somewhere your fingerprints remain concrete. But it's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. Lady killer, regulation tattoo. Silver spurs on his heels. Says, what can I tell you, as I'm standing next to you. She threw herself under my wheels. Oh, it's a dangerous road and a hazardous load. The fireworks of liberty explode in the heat, and it's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. Three-chord symphony crashes into space. The moon is hanging upside down. I don't know why it is I'm still on this case. Oh, it's a ravenous town, and still you refuse to be traced. Seems to me such a waste. Every single victory has a taste that's bittersweet. It's your face I'm a-looking for on every street. It's a bit sad, wasn't it? I was a flower growing wild and free. All I wanted you to be is my sweet honey. If you were wood, I'd be the fire. If you were love, then I'd be desire. If you were a castle, I'd be a moat. If you were an ocean, then I'd learn to float. All is you, you be my bride. You take me by the hand and stand by my side. All is you, you stay with me. You hold your arms and swing me like a sea. Bink. Go on, let's sing one for the big fella. This one goes out to God Almighty. I miss you. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know how I'm doing that, but I'm doing it. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time, but sooner or later gotta cut. It's gonna cut you down. Go tell the long-tongued liar, go and tell the midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. I said tell him that God's gonna cut, he's gonna cut you down. Goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet by the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. You know what I mean, don't you? He spoke to me with a voice so sweet, swear I hit the shuffle of an angel's feet. He called his name and my heart stood still. He said, Punch, go do my will. Go tell the long-tongued liar, tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. I said, tell him that God's gonna cut, he's gonna cut you down. Throw your rock, hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. Sure as God made black and white, stunned in the dark will be brought into the light. Run on for a long time, keep running for a long time. I said, run on for a long time, but sooner or later gotta cut, it's gonna cut you down. I said, sooner or later gotta cut, he's gonna cut you down. Pink. Put this away. Hello, Sherlock. Easy gorgeous. Easy ancient. Oh, yeah, not the light on. My Marlow. Does my Marlow want a little biscuit? Drink all your water as well, have you? On biscuit. On biscuit. Oh, that's lovely. Yes. Ah, it's a fine tea that I made. Right, welcome to the world of inversion. Oh, my back. There we go. Let me move that just to one side. There we go. Can you still hear me? Hope you can. Close the music window. Hang on. Wait, I can't do that on there. There. I can't remember how to do it. Is it control minus? It is. Oh, that's too small. That's better. Right, does that still look alright? Yeah. Okay. Bink. Every day we look at a human skeleton. Look at it in a male and female face. One of them's got a bigger face. Can you see it? It's the male. Of course, it's the male. 99.9% of all living life, the male is bigger. And in humans, this is the case. Men have bigger faces. Our eyes are rectangular and further apart than a woman's, who's a rounded and close set. Bigger nose, bigger teeth, a wide dental arch to match the far apart eyes, the square jaw to match the two, the upside down egghead on the woman, giving the widest in the hairline versus widest in the cheekbones. Men in general look like a block of squares. Sometimes we say a cannonball. Excess of copyrighted material. That dog's thirsty. Excess of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news report, teaching, and research without the need for permission from all payment to a copyright holder. Have I got to cover you up? I have got to cover that bird up. Wait 1 second. Get out of that corner. That was a struggle. Right, good night, Albie. See you in the morning, Fairball. Pardon me. Marlo sat, like, literally watching that birdcage all morning. I don't know why. He don't usually do that. But he did today. Right. Keyboard, mouse. I'm back in position. Sat comfortably. Just had me tea. It was, what did we have? We had peppers, leeks, bulgogi beef. Oh, I so love Korean barbecue. I really do. Right, anyway. Did I do that? I did that. Right, we're back. We stopped on Bill Clinton last night, so we can start there tonight. Let me go over to my live stream and copy and paste. I'll be right back. 1 second. Derp. That one. Oh my gosh, that is a minger. There. Home. Pause. There we go. Copy and paste. Copy. Twitter. Tweet. Paste. Tweet. Done. Right. Home. Lovely. And it showed the picture. Lovely. Alright, let's come back to class. How you all doing? Do you have a nice day on an on-spinning stationary flat plane? Who was first in? It was Kyle Shinobi, out and about. How you doing, Kyle? Juice came second. Dutch girls, you are beautiful. Trini came third. Hello, Trini. Luke, hello. Rachel, hello. Tim, I already said. Annabelle, I said hello to. Susanna, hello, Susanna. I hope you have a nice time on your holidays. Vegan skeptic, and I think that's it. Lotra apprentice. Lotra apprentice. I say that. Right, stop confusing me. Right, anyway, we stopped on Bill Clinton. We didn't do Bill Clinton, did we? We haven't got a Bill Clinton, have we? Just check. Bill Clinton. BC. No, we don't have a Bill Clinton. Right, let's do Bill. So we're looking at images. We're done on that picture there, don't you think? Who's got the broken leg? He can pretend all he likes. Look, we just spoke about the cannonball shaped head. Look how wide that face is. It's as wide as it is long. And then look at that egghead. The long-faced woman with a broken leg, look. Right there. I don't think there's any pictures of Boney M. In Russia long ago, he was big and strong, and his eyes were flaming gold. Bill Clinton. He looks a lot like a lot of FTMs. I can see. Oh, who is it? I'm seeing JFK. I'm definitely seeing JFK there. Very similar. I'm seeing Donald Trump as well. Young Donald. Little girl with a big forehead, look. Squashy face, oh squashy face. You think he drinks? Why has he got a purple nose? Either that or he plays Bulbasaur. do. Bill Clinton. It's a Bonnie FTM, isn't it? Look at the coffee bean eyes, no brow bone, small dentures, high set ears, rosy cheeks, Aunt Sally cheeks, Mr. Scarecrow. Yeah, we're done. The facially, it's a man. It's a woman, right? That's a man. I was looking at Taylor Swift as I said it's a man. It's a man. Who's got the further apart eyes, look? Who's got the thick brow bone running into the corner? Look, short, sloping forehead, tall, flat forehead. Place to put Mama's spicy meatball. Taylor Swift and Clinton. Well, how did they get together? What happened in there? Is it some show or something? Charity event. All the fuss that they made of her. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's getting married. Oh, who cares? Who literally gives a flying monkeys apart from the AI robots that are pushing the algorithm on it? Is that really Bill Clinton? Is that really Bill Clinton? That is some slick hairdo, isn't it? That. Is that really? Surely someone's putting hairdos on Bill Clinton here. How does he go from that to that? Oh my gosh. I thought I had a head of hair on me. Surely, is that really Bill Clinton? Young Bill Clinton as a high school fashion model. Didn't make it as a model then, Bill, no? Right, anyway, let's go back. That's shocking. I still can't believe they're Bill Clintons. Right, anyway, Bill Clinton, walk in. Let's get some minces and put you to bed, Bill. When this gives me the screen back, why is it lagging? There we go. Walking. Are those pictures all right, home? Because yesterday when I looked, you couldn't even see the full pictures, you divs. No one told me. Have a look. Yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, right. There's a mince. Full game over. Absolute game over. Look at that. Put some tulips between his feet. And the shoes are pink. All day long, Bill Clinton's a woman. And there's another one. Big wide hips. Feet going akimbo, look. One at 8 o'clock, one at 4 o'clock. Knees are in suit. Double flamingo look with George Bush Jr. It's all of them. There are no exceptions. Anybody telling you that it's not all of them is a liar, a fraud, and a cheat. It's all of them, and it always has been all of them. Bill Clinton minces like a ballerina. She really does. There's another one there. Is that really Hillary on the right? He's put some timber on the lad, hasn't he? Another one there in line. There's another one. Wrong angle, but it's a good shot. Broken foot again. The proof is always in the pudding or in the skeleton, as God chose to put it. Is that the Pope mincing? It is the Pope. I can't see the mince though. Is that John Paul II? My mum loved that one. She adored that one. No, it's not having it. Right, let's go back to the top. Bill Clinton is obviously a tart. Proven by the way she walks. Clinton. Search the back file. Away it goes. Oh, where's that one where he's in the sea? Look at this. I said titties. C. It's from that set, but it's not that picture. There it is. Nana! What day is it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. Nana's got her baps out. Oh, Nana. You mucky old mare. Put them away. The kids watching. Yeah, we're done. How could he have had sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky? Monica said that Clinton used a cigar. Clinton used a Cuban cigar, not Cuban citizen, a Cuban cigar on him. Problem is, Clinton's the one with the one sliced toaster. So, did Monica Lewinsky use one of Clinton's cigars? I don't know. Don't ask me. All I know is, I live in a twisted world and I'd like to come home, Father. Anytime you're like, why is Bill Clinton not showing? It's finished searching. Shut up. How is there no Bill? There's a Hillary, there's a Chelsea. Right. Bill. C. Search. Billy Connolly, Billy Crean, Bill Camp. There he is, Bill Clinton. Why did that not come up? Because it's got two T's in it. You should have still found it, Divvy computer. As if it didn't bring up this picture. Bink. Bill Clinton. There we go. Bill Clinton. And that, Shawnee, is why you always spell the names right. Right, let's close that. Bill Clinton, let's get rid of that. Let's put a new one up there. UB40, what, the band? Well, we'll do the lead singer. I don't see the point of doing the whole band. Well, we could do the whole band. No, we'll do Ali Campbell. Duncan Campbell. AC/DC. Look at the names. Duncan Campbell must be Ali Campbell's sister. And they've got the initials. AC, Antichrist, Devil Child, Duncan Campbell. Matt Doyle, two first names. Astro, Il Falconer, EF, 3 6s. And Brian Travers is the only one that doesn't really ring a bell. Let's put Ali Campbell up. We won't find all the other ones. We know there's no way we're going to. Look at those coffee bean eyes on that one. They're all flip-flops. They're all women. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise. Right, let's do Ali Campbell, AC. He's got a squashy face, hasn't he? No brow bone, wide open forehead, high set ears. Images. There's that's Stuart. What's his name? Again, the squashy face, the letter M in the head, the wide egghead. That's Stuart's. What's his face though? He's not a thinger in UB40. Ali Campbell. Is Campbell a first name? It is. I'm sure I've met a Campbell. Oh my, is that the wife? He stands head and shoulders above. Tell me, who's got the bigger, wider face? Who's got the bigger smile? Who's got bigger, further apart eyes? Look. Oh, Boney M. You did ask me earlier on. I'll put it in here, look, Lynn. I'll put it in here, Lynn. Boney M. Right, back to UB40. Ali Campbell. Is that really Ali Campbell? Oh, look, she looks like she's having a baby there. She got a bun in the oven, sure. Oh my gosh. She's been drinking a little bit too much of the red wine, don't you think? Oh, she's having twins. Squashy face. Everything. Do you know, it reminds me of Vin Diesel a little bit. Ali Campbell. Walking. No Gates. Ali Campbell. UB40. For such a big band, wouldn't you expect there to be some Gates on Ali Campbell at least? Have I got Ali Campbell? Let me check the back file. Ali C. Search. Red wine goes to my head. More results. Absolutely nothing there. When I got there, the cupboard was bare. It's not happening. Let's go street. I'll give you another chance, and then we're leaving. Street. UB40 is quite a big band as well, right? Not big enough. There's no pictures. Backfire. What are you saying? Let's have a look. See if I've got an Ali Campbell. Oh, I've got something. Alistair Campbell. Alice in Chains. Alice Cooper. No Ali Campbell though. Unless I've spelled it different. I would still expect it to come up. Come on, computer, find it. Nothing. There's no UB. I haven't got you. Oh, hang on. UB40. I wonder if it's under UB40. Oh my gosh, it's not even finding UB40. Ali Campbell. She's got no gates. She's literally got no gates. I wonder if Shawnee's got a Ali Campbell. Shawnee, if you're watching, or if you watch this, Shawnee, have you got a UB40? If you have, send it to us. So I can pinch the gates off you. Shane McGowan. No, I ain't done McGowan. I think someone asked for it and I didn't get round to it. I remember doing the Pogues. Those teeth. Right, has it found that bloody picture? Where are you? Back file. Nothing. Right, last chance. Campbell. Searching. Just let's search. I might have spelled Ali differently. We'll find out in a second. Ali Campbell. Right, there's no gates. There's nothing I can do there. But it has just found something under the name Campbell. Campbell Scott, Alistair Campbell, Glenn Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy, Veronica Campbell. I don't think there's a UB40. Images, Boney M. Is that the new Boney M? Yeah, it's exactly the same as the original Boney M. 1 woman and 3 men. It looks a little bit like Lou Vega there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Why has he got a plunger on his head? It looks like a Roman candle. It looks like a firework. He's got a big set of teeth and eyebrows. Look at that brow bone. Oh my gosh. The tall girl. I always wonder why this one danced that way. If you ever watched any videos by Boney M, watch the male dancer. Well, he's a singer, but watch the way he dances. Wide eyes, burning like fire. He's got that thing on his head again. Is that him now? Is that what he really looks like? Is that Boney M now? Is that the real Boney M? Well, those 3 just got manlier and manlier, didn't they? Look at the length of that Tic Tac. That one when he dances, when she dances, I you know, I did think, why does he dance like that? Boney M walking. I don't think there's many gates on this lot, as I recall. I don't know if there are any gates. Oh, there's one. Kind of. 1 mincer, 1 pretending, 2 straight-legged men. Look at the size of that foot there. That might be the only gate of Boney M on that one. Showing a diamond in the dancer's legs. Airport. Oh, that's a nice mince there. Oh, look. Fella, woman, fella. That's a lovely set there. Have we got Boney M? Back file. Oh, still looking for Campbell. Let's have a look. Alistair Campbell, Campbell Scott. No. Glenn Campbell. Nope. We don't have UB40. Boney M. Search Boney M. You did. I forgot to search Boney M. Wait. Boney M. That is a gate though. That's a nice gate, group gate, that is. Probably the only picture of them walking. That's not them, is it? No. I do believe we're out of pictures as well, look. So, yeah, that's the only picture of Boney M walking, but it's got them, right? Three blokes with a baps out in a waterfall. I just want to go home. Boney M. Dial M for Masons in the woman's head, the Tic Tac. Flat chested, look, flat chested. Look at the length of that arm, size of that hand. Big bowling ball sized head. He's got absolutely nothing in the meat and veg department, has he? But that's it. One gate. The Boney M. What's that back file saying? And there they are, Boney M. I have got a picture, but it's only school checks. For Marlow. For you stink dog. Come back. Boney M. Boney males. Sometimes my own humour, I forget about what things I've said and done. There you go. Right, let's come back. There's Boney M. And there's the gate. You know what? I might take that gate picture and add it to that meme. Save. Another time. Right, let's come back. Let's get rid of that. Boney M done. Right, next. Hello Tubbs, how you doing, mate? Right there. Siegfried and Roy. Oh, that's a good one. Siegfried. Siegfried and Roy got married. Did they really? Images. Holy moly, who's that? Is that little Richard? Annabelle. Has she had a beast thing? And there's Siegfried and Roy in their younger days. Before they got eaten by one of the pet lions. Tiger. Was it a tiger? It was a white tiger, wasn't it? An albino tiger that got him. Did it eat him or did he live? Did he survive? He survived, didn't he? I'm sure he survived. Look at the distance in that lion's eyes. Puts you two to shame. Siegfried and Roy. Are they benders? I didn't know they were benders. Les Bananas then, aren't they? That's what they are. Les Bananas, not even gay boys. They're pretending to be gay boys. They're actually gay girls. I didn't realise they were married. I didn't realise there was a gay couple. I didn't. Is that MJ? Oh, it is. Feeding a baby lion, tiger. Oh, there's hardly any pictures. Literally no pictures. Oh, it's married, that's why. Let's put walking in there and see if we can get their dirty minces. Back file. Siegfried. Should find it. Siegfried. Is that the way you spell it? Siegfried, yeah. Right, let it search. Did I spell that right? S-I-E, yeah. Alright, let that go. Let's see if we've got any gates on these pair of mong chops. I mean, if you're going to keep cats that are bigger than you as pets, you got to expect to get eaten somewhere along the line. You do. Even if you fed them. See, that's the difference between dogs and cats. And no matter how big a dog gets, it don't want to eat you. When a cat gets big, it wants to eat you. What is that? Sweet baby Jesus, could you find a bigger potato? Could you find a bigger potato to shove down your pants there, Siegfried? Oh my gosh, what is going on there? It looks like he's taking a Viagra. Oh, you touched my tra-la-la. My fake ding-dong. There were no gates on Siegfried and Roy. I hope I've got them in a back file. Let's have a look. Oh, we have. And apparently we've got some gates on them as well. I'm going to have to do it through the meme. I've got 4 gates. Siegfried and Roy. There you go, look. 3 full minces and 2 partials. Tweet. I couldn't find them on here though. Oh, there's one. Well, I say that lot, and there's one. But the other 3 aren't there. But there you go. Siegfried and Roy. I can cut that one out, can't I? Let's go to the next one. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where's that last one gone? I don't know. I've lost it now. Boney M. Did that. Brooks Nader. Who is Brooks Nader? You're winding me up. I said famous people. Brooks Nader, American model. Never heard of him. Dink. Where is that last one? Who was it? It was Siegfried and Roy. Siegfried and Roy. Siegfried and Roy. There you go. Upload. Gotcha. Right, next. Brooks Nader. I've never heard of this person. Images. He looks like Denise Richards. Is that his parents by chance? Parents. Doesn't say. Where do you want me to start? Male brow bone, far apart eyes. The ears are high set for a man, but you can raise and lower the ears and size. Still got a square jaw and a long neck. Who's that there? Stop the bus right there. Strange way of standing. Brooks Nader. Is that the real wife? That's the real wife there. Yeah, this one. It's not famous. Oh, maybe it is. I'm starting to see gates now. I was just going to say I can't see any gates. I was about to leave. There are gates. Oh my gosh, look at that arm. Is that him there as well? It is. Final answer. Place to put Mama Spicy Meatball. It's a blockhead, an absolute blockhead with far apart eyes, thick brow bone, wide ass cheekbones, square shoulders, and it walks like a dude. I keep expecting to see a penis. Straight legs, bony ass, knees together. There you go. Game over. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Walking. There's loads of them there. Which one should we take? Is that one any good? Yeah, it's alright. He looks like Kardashian. Size of that foot. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Another one there. One more puts you in a trash heap. There it is. Brooks Nader. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why is that covered? Why is that blotted out? Is his baps hanging out? Why is it covered up? His baps must be hanging out. His male nips. Drag queen. Oh my gosh, no thanks. Please turn that screen over. Oh, Google. Ah, I'm going to be sick. There we go. Maybe I'm just like my father. He looks like Thingy Jackson there. Is it Latoya? LaQuisha? I don't know what you call him. Save images. Done. Next. Where's that list just gone? Dang it, I just moved it. Boney M, past that. Somewhere around here. There we go. Right, Siegfried and Roy. George Bush Jr. Yeah, we can do George Bush. I ain't done it yet, but George W. Right, let's continue the list. Images. Absolute egghead. Small face, close set eyes. He looks like, is it Chevy Chase? I'm seeing Chevy Chase, I think. I can't think who it is. I'm seeing someone. Maybe even Steve Irwin. I'm seeing a bit of Steve Irwin in there. Ted Bundy's nose. It's that small triangle that's doing it. Let's go back. The husband's a right minger as well, isn't he? What was that all about as well? I watched that on a video clip and that face he was pulling. That is such a womanly face. Is that Michelle? Big Mike wrapping his arms around him. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has been sprung. We're looking at George Bush Jr. It's a woman, final answer. Look at the flat 5 head. Dial M for Masons. Look. And then look at the sloping back forehead. The short, sloping forehead of a man. Look at the wide-eyed man. Look at the close-eyed girl. Look at the short, sloping forehead of a man. Look at the flat 5 head of a girl. We're done. George Bush walking. Oh, look at all those flamingos. George Bush mincing. Game over. George Bush is biologically female, proven by the way she struts. Arms akimbo to the body, legs crossed over. Arms, short arms, look, small hands. Short arms akimbo to the body, legs crossed over. Laura Bush, straight legs, knees together, space between the... Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Full mints. Full mints. Full mint. Ski with legs. Double flamingo. Double flamingo. Stair fail. Done. Right there. Game over. George Bush and whoever that is, both of them are doing it, look. Knees are opening outwards, look. There it is. Men, do not open the knees when descending stairs. We do not create diamonds when walking or descending the stairs. Only women do this. Game over. George Bush, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, is 100% female. Bush search. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's searching. Bum, 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 bum. Well, yeah, we're done. I don't need to do any more on that one. Let's get rid of that. Open up a new one. Modern talking. What is modern talking? Are you winding me up, Annabelle? Modern talking. Oh, it's a pop duo. They're not famous. Stop winding me up, you dickhead. I want famous people. Modern talking. Oh, you put a laugher next to it. You're not funny. Hi, hi. Hi. You see, I didn't realise that was a laugh. That's a he to you, is it? Hi, hi. Is that a he? In English, it's H-E-E-E. Right, where are we? Ronald Reagan. Another bloody politician. Are you kidding me? But it is famous and an actor. I can't really say no, can I? Ronald Reagan. Oh my gosh, will you just find what I'm looking for? Ronald Reagan, there we go. Oh, let me cut George Bush out, I forgot. George Bush Jr. Create. Right, whilst that creates, I go after Ronald Reagan. Oh, actually, backfile George Bush for Twitter. Bush should be there. Billy Bush, George Bush. There he is. In fact, let's just put them all up there, shall we? That one. And Barbara Bush. Let's have all four of you up there. Meet the Bushes. Meet the Bushes. Dunk. Next, Ronald Reagan. Ronald search, away it goes. As it searches for Ronnie Reagan, let's have it. Bum, 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 bum. Ronald Reagan, short, pudgy little face, arching eyebrows, close set eyes. She's got a bit of a wide smile for a girl, I give you that. But she's quite a tall. She was tall though, wasn't she, Reagan? She's a 6-footer. Nancy Reagan, look at that head. What a bunch of phony, fake. Oh, it really winds me up. It does, boys and girls. I want to crush a grape. Look at the difference in those eyes. The distance in your eyes. What do you want me to say? There's the bowling ball head and there's the soft squashy face. It reminds me of Robert Mitchum a bit as well. Ronald Reagan. Nancy's eye. Look at the difference in those eye settings. Look how big Nancy's eyes are. Look at the brow bone in the corner. Nothing on Ronald. But look at them. What can I say? Ronald Reagan's a woman. Final answer. Given away by the size of his big-headed wife. That's almost as bad as Chick Norris and her husband. When I saw Chick Norris's wife, it was over. All the thoughts I had going, Chick's not a chick, Chick's not a chick, Chick's not a chick. As soon as I saw Chick's wife, that was it. Chick's a chick. Walking. I didn't even need to see a gate. Is that Margaret? It does look like Margaret. It is. Look at the shoulders on Margaret Thatcher. Look at her size. Oof. Ronald Reagan mincing right there. Full mince. Another one there from the rear. Full mince. She's tiptoeing there a lot. As we tiptoe through the tulips. And again, full mince. Look at look at that chicken nom nom on Ronald Reagan lot. Chicken nom nom noms. Till the cows come out. Ronald Reagan's a girl. I don't know who that little lady is with a broken leg. She's getting on an invisible motorbike. And there you go. Ronald Reagan in full mince. Nancy Reagan, Straight-legged lot. Look at the difference in them gaits. It's game over, man. Game over. There's a statue mincing as well, lot. Ronald Reagan mincing. I mean, that shows you how screwed up the world is, right? When actors can become presidents. Actors. Actors. You're going to put someone in power, not just any power, the number one job in the world, and it's an ex-actor. How do you know he's acting on your behalf, or if he's even acting at all? How do you know you're getting the real Ronald Reagan and not the character actor? The character actor. We're done. Ronald Reagan's a woman lot. Images. Twitter. Ronaldinho. Ronaldo. Come off it. Where's Ronald Reagan? Don't wind me up. I've got a Reagan. Oh, there he is. I couldn't see him. Ronald Reagan. 2 first names. Tweet. Stop. Close. Pick another one. Ronald Reagan. Somewhere around here, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, wait. Now, Peter Jackson. Who is Peter Jackson? You winding me up. I said famous people. Peter. Oh, my gosh. Can't even spell your own name, Peter. You won't even spelling it 52 years. Peter Jackson. He's a director. Lord of the Rings. Oh, he's Lord of the Rings director. Is it really famous? Go on then. Images. Let me cut out the last one. What was it? It wasn't George Bush. It was Ronald Reagan, Divvy. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan. 2 first names. Create. There we go. Alright, let's come back. Peter Jackson. Squashy flows, closer eyes, 5 head. That's a T-Val scientist. No neck, no trachea, no clavicles. Is that the husband? He's got a shadow casting jaw though, hasn't he? Look. Is that meant to be a dodo? The long extinct species, the giant moa. The giant moa, let me guess, it tasted so good that when the foreigners got there on the boats, they hunted them all to extinction. Is that the story? Just like the dodo walking. He's not famous enough. Yeah, we're done. We're done. It's not famous enough. I want famous people. I did say you want famous. I should have said no. Where are we? Larry Grayson. That's English famous. It's not world famous. Jimmy Carter. It's more American famous. Shane McGowan. Let's do Shane McGowan. Shane McGowan of the Pogues. There we go. Shane McGowan. Oh, look, doing the dirty baffo. Straight from the off look. In your face. The dirty baffo. She looks funny with no teeth, doesn't she? Look how rounded her eye sockets are. Her ears look low set for a woman's though, don't they? Images. I say woman, I use the term loosely. Sweet baby Jesus. All he's got left is 2 pegs at the front. Oh my gosh. Is that the wife? So what attracted you to the multi-millionaire decrepit 70-year-old? Here we go. Look at that double-pronged Adam's apple. You gotta be kidding me. Look at the state of it. Oh, that's a beast, isn't it? That one on the right. So, Shane McGowan. Is she dead now? I think she's brown bread, isn't she? It's an egghead. Close set eyes, no brow bone, flat forehead, no cheekbones, high set ears, look. Tiny dent. Look how small that dental arch is. And then the female jawline. No face. Very flat faced. Shane McGowan's band, the Pogues, Slam the Guardians, terrible obituary. Describes him as having broken teeth and big ears. You mean they described him honestly? I don't know what to say. Why is that not that? I'm not on my screen. That's not in view. Why is? You know, why wind me up? Come here. See if I can do this. Not very sensible either. That's better. Right, let's come back. Where are we? The Pogues. She was not a pretty girl, I'll tell you that. But she worked for Satan nonetheless. She spent her whole life distracting the world. So this must be the new husband, or whoever he is. Or is it that one? I don't know, they've all got big man faces, look. His heartbroken wife. His dying words, and says, I still speak to him every day. Wow, he looks like him out of Bread. What did they call that actor out of Bread, the TV show? Looks like him. Gotta get up, gotta get out. It's a woman's. Oh my gosh. He's got teeth like chapel hat pegs. I could hang me coat on them teeth. He's got teeth like dustbins. There's one in every yard. Also. That's an egghead. Final answer. Shane McGowan. We searched about for Shane M. Search. She was not a pretty girl, was she? Even if it was drunk and she come up and she was like, "Gives a kiss," not what them teeth. Not with them teeth, you're not. We're out of pictures. He looks really bad. She looks really bad there. Where's your chin? So I'm asking for a friend, Shane. He said, have you lost your chin? If we go to the lost and found, will we find it in a property box? Shane McGowan's a woman based solely on the lack of a chin. Walking. She was not a pretty girl, was she? Is that really Shane McGowan? Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have even recognised her. The husband, look at them teeth. take that one of the most famous women in the world with one of the most famous rotten smiles in the world marries a bloke with perfectly good teeth? It must be a humiliation ritual that they put them through, you know. There's a proper picture. Shane MacGowan, broken leg. It's a woman. Final answer. Short arms. Look. There's another one there. Broken leg, getting on an invisible motorbike. Da 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 da. Eva. A friend of a friend, he got beat up. He looked the wrong way at a policeman. Have you seen that, Elon Musk? Have you seen the spitting image of Elon Musk that's going around YouTube at the minute? It's that song that I was just singing, African Riot, but as soon as it started, I couldn't recognise the song. Elon Musk is going, how's it go? Life has got a bit shitter since I took over on Twitter. Trying to start a riot. Is that really Shane MacGowan there, or is he dancing? That was one hell of a mince if it's him there. I think someone's dancing. Irish Gaelic dancers. Never mind. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. A friend of a friend, he got beat up. The size of his hands. That's not Shane MacGowan, is it? Who's that then? Mary Clark. Victoria Mary Clark, 3 first names. Girlfriend of Shane MacGowan, and Johnny Depp. That's Johnny Depp. Is that really Johnny Depp? Straight legs, knees together. Look at Johnny Depp's diamond. I got diamonds when I should have this. Shane MacGowan. What's the back file saying? I must have done the Pogue, surely. Yep, Shane MacGowan. And I've got the gates. Do 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 do. Shane MacGowan. Shane MacGowan. Tweet. There you go. Shane MacGowan added to the list. Next. Close that one. Werner von Braun. Yeah, go on then. Let's do Werner. Why not? It's a good choice. Werner von Braun. Fake in space. So the lead rocket scientist from Germany became the head of NASA. Strangely enough. Not very sensible either. Shane MacGowan. There you go. Shane MacGowan. Up. Printed. Done. Lovely. Let's continue. Yeah. Did I upload? Does it say Shane? It does say Shane MacGowan. Right, next. Werner von Braun. Hitler's top rocket scientist. Look through history and they'll show you that the first people to have jet planes were Germany. If Germany had mass produced them, allegedly, they would have won the war. If they could have had them earlier in mass. The Spitfire travels at, I don't know, 300 miles an hour. Messerschmitt did over 500 and something. Like the average jet passenger plane now, 550. No probs. But it's all made up. None of it's real. Werner von Braun is in the Hidden Hand Club lot. What does that mean again? I can't remember, but it's a Mason sign. Fellowship of something. So they're all Masons. They're all, they call them, look at the size of that 5 head. Look how wide that bitch is in the background. This is why they had these big helmets. It's all made up. It's contrived, all of it. But the truth is that this person did come and open up NASA. Came from, I can't remember, somewhere in Germany with this lot. There's pictures of him with Himmler. Is that Himmler? Yeah, Himmler. There's pictures of him with Himmler and the rest of them anyway. But this is a Masonic sign right here. And then he opens up NASA. One of the, according to history, this is one of the biggest mass murderers, right? Because he created all these bombs and rockets to kill people with. Was let off the hook for war crimes and became the top dog at NASA. So he also conjoined his what's his name? His fantasy with Walt Disney. This is Walt Disney. Him and Walt became best friends and started making spaceships and faking space. This continued for about 20 years after the war. Till they had TV that was almost good enough to pull it off. And they did. They pulled it off. With grainy footage of 2 spacemen walking on the moon. There he is. There she is. Mincing. They're both mincing lot with JFK. You see, when people start singing the praises of Donald Trump, JFK, and all these other people, they were all in the club. They're all one big family. It's a satanic family, of course. If you look at any of the backgrounds of these people, they're all into ritual abuse. They do it to the children. There you go, Werner von Braun with the SS. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. It's not even a guy, it's a girl. He lived into the 70s. Close set eyes, look. Small face. He looks like Richard Dreyfuss when he was in Jaws. The little bearded one. Werner von Braun, with the help of Walt Disney, fake space. Then Arthur C. Clarke invented satellites to combine with all this nonsense. And then they started showing people all this bollocks. And it is absolute tosh, boys and girls. When you look into the space project, it is utter mindless child nonsense. That's what it is. It's fantasy for children. As soon as you get to space, there's no oxygen. Tell me, how is that ship moving in space? And don't tell me it doesn't need to move, because it does. You can't slow it down, you can't speed it up in your theory, because there's nothing to push against. There's no medium. It's quite simple. On Earth, rockets, helicopters, anything that is in the air pushes air. It pushes air. Air is the medium that makes this rocket propel itself. Not the fuel, air. Okay? The flames also need that air to breathe. If there's no air in space, how does the sun burn? How do these rockets work in space? They don't. Game over. But if you want to listen to mindless, mind-numbing trolls talking numbers, because that's all they can talk, numbers. I'll show you the curvature in numbers. No, show me it for real. Show me a picture of an ocean bending. Werner von Braun told the truth on his deathbed, grave. He has one thing written on this stone, apart from his name and date of birth. You see, most people have something. Here lies a great man. You know, this man apparently sent people to space. Don't you think he would have had a bit more of a bit more of a script on his gravestone, telling you about this great man who sent the first men into space, who pioneered space travel? But she didn't want that. It's a girl, firstly. It's a girl. It's not a guy. She didn't want that. She lived 60 odd years, lied for all of her life, and then on the deathbed she told the truth. Psalms 19:1. Well, that's 9:11 jumbled up, right? But Psalms 19:1, straight out of the Bible. You know, that book that I'm not supposed to have any faith in, but I do. Even though I know that the Masons wrote it, I know that God's words are still in there. Not all of them, because the Masons wrote it. They translated it. They skipped bits. Important bits, as far as I'm concerned. I'd love to see the whole book, the real book, not the one that they've shown us. Or the versions that they've shown us. I'd love to see the real one. Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. So he knows it's heaven above him, not space. And the firmament showeth his handiwork. So on his gravestone, he's literally declaring the truth that there is no space, it's heaven. The heavens declare the glory of God. It doesn't just declare God, it proves God. The beauty in the sky above you proves God. I'm looking at the very same stars that Adam and Eve looked at. That's a powerful thought, isn't it, right? I'm gazing upon exactly the same stars and sky that they gazed upon, the first people. But Werner told the truth right here. He wanted you to know that God created this world, and he put it on his gravestone. Psalms 19:1. But yet, those around you who don't care, you show them these things and they don't care. They just don't care if they live under a firmament, under a dome, where there used to be giant trees. There's a sun and a moon and some stars, but once you get up there, all you can see is the sun and the moon. The stars disappear. They've been trying to get through this layer since they've got here, and they can't get out. We gotta get out of this place if it's the last thing we ever do. They want to get out of this place. They're trapped here. We, as the image of God, we are the image of God. We don't need to. We just need to repent for the mistake we've made in the living, being fooled by Satan, so that we can just spiritually pass through the firmament. That's the only thing that comes through this firmament, right? Spirit. Not a rocket, not an atom bomb, not anything. They haven't got a destructive device that can work its way out of this dome. Indestructible to everything man has made. But yet man can pass through it with a clean soul. An absolutely clean soul. Only one man's ever done it. His name was Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Through God, all things are possible. Jesus taught this. It was one of his main teachings, that through God, all things is possible. Not just life. And he did a brilliant job on life, I've got to say. He did a wonderful job on life. The beautiful part of understanding this lie is that you've got a creator. Someone created all of this and someone else ruined it. And they have to tell you the truth, good and evil. God and the devil. Good, take away the O, you get a God, good God, and then put a D on evil and you get the devil. There's no sitting on the fence. You're going to meet him. And I think he does send you back. I think he's so merciful that when you get there and you say, oh, I can't believe he fooled me. Or even if it's like your 15th time doing it, I can't believe he got me again. Send me back, Father. Please send me back, Father. That's the only reason I could imagine that this world continues the way it does, is because people keep begging him when they die, please send me back. Please give me another chance to find you. Please, Father, forgive me. And that's all it takes. He don't want money, he don't want diamonds, he don't want gold. He don't want none of your earthly possessions. He just wanted your love. For God so loved the world, right? So, Wernher von Braun sticks you into the Bible instantly with what's written on the Bible. You see, when one of these, especially such a high-ranking magician like this, dies and leaves that on the gravestone, that's quite a clear indicator, don't you think? It would, wouldn't it? It would, wouldn't it? They're all liars. And Wernher von Braun's one of the biggest liars ever. But I believe on his deathbed, on her deathbed, she literally told you the truth about what's above your head. And who made it. See, they all know God exists. They know without a shadow of doubt because they all worship Satan. Why would you go against God, though? If you knew that God existed and this is what Satan had done to you, why would you still go against God? Strange but true. Wernher von Braun, walking, and then we'll get out of here. I used to love outer space. I really did. I used to think it was an amazing place. I always wanted to go there. Oh, we've got a trolling chat. Why didn't you tell me? Is this the one that you was on about yesterday? Hey, batter. Kennedy, swing batter. Get out of my chat. I don't even know you. I don't care for you, whoever you are. Boring bitches. They really do bore me, I've got to say. I've been doing this for 12 years. For 12 years, I've had these Satanists coming in telling me there is no God. That you are God. Well, if you are God, are you responsible for this world here? Yeah, I don't think so, you know. I'm a man. I'm a son of man. I'm not the son of man. I'm a son of man. I was born of a woman through a natural birth. I wasn't born female and made to look like a man. I'm born a man. The way God intended me to be. And more importantly, I was created in his image. And made to sin. Forced to sin subliminally. Through multiple different ways. They forced me to sin. And then, because of the way society is, where it's a pyramid system where these abominations sit at the top of the pyramid, lording it up over everyone and leaving everybody impoverished at the bottom. No food, no home, no clothes, no shelter. And what really kills me is, it don't matter which country we go to, I've said this for a long time, they're spending 50 billion a day on space, or 50 million a day on space, and it's fakeness. 50 million a day over a month would sort out your homeless problem in America, wouldn't it? It really would. You wouldn't have families living under bridges. You wouldn't have old people freezing to death in winter because they can't turn the heating on. If they knew the truth about the world, they wouldn't allow this to continue. But for most of them, even if they find out, oh right, the earth is flat, they don't care. The only time they care is when it brings money. When money's involved. If they're going to lose money, they care then. If they're going to make money, they care then. And that's the grip that Satan took over the world with the banking system. You know. Wernher von Braun and his family, look at the size of his wife's foot. Straight legs, massive. He reminds me of Nancy Reagan. Then look at Werner von Braun's waistband. Look how high up. Look, long leg, short body. Genesis 2:22. Oh, the creation of man and woman. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. Rib of my bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Exactly, yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's what God created. He didn't chop men into women and women into men. So you can't do it. Firstly, you can't do it. You can only make them look. It's aesthetic looks. That's all you're changing is the look. You're not changing the skeleton. You're not changing the original design. God created man and woman in his own image. Male and female created he them. That's how special you are, as you are. But the minute you mess with a temple that God created for you to dwell in, he's going to be upset with you, right? When you meet him, he's going to say, well, why did you do that? Why did you change what I granted to you in the first place? It can't be undone, right? Everybody knows this. It can't be undone. You are what you are. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. I'm my own special creation in my own right. I am. But I'm supposed to live an honest life the way the Bible did. You know, people slag the Bible down, but living your life according to that book doesn't make you a bad person, does it, at all? In fact, it makes you a very good person, a very humble person, a very eyes open, if you like, person. Given the multitude of lies that we're living in, this is why you can be forgiven, because you didn't know. But you've got to want to care. You've got to want to care. Otherwise, what's the point? You're not getting into heaven, are you? If you don't care. That's how all this began. Lucifer was not happy with God and wanted to be God, and ended up down here. Jesus said, ye will be like gods, but in knowing good and evil, you can create and you can destroy just like God can. But you can't destroy his creation. That'll be his decision. Only he has the power and the glory. Oh my gosh. Twat's back. Get lost. Twat. Boot. We don't care. We don't care about your new age bollocks and your Matrix and your Neo and all the rest of it. I don't care. I couldn't give a flying monkeys. I'm deeply rooted in God. You understand? Nothing to do with the Bible. To do with God. Understanding and seeing that God's there. Don't need a book. I don't need a pastor. I don't need a pope. I can look at the life. I can taste the food that he made for me, the herbs, the spices. I can smell the scents in roses and daffodils and irises and tulips and poppies. All this multitude of different smells and tastes and sounds and colours. He invented it all. It all came from him. Source. And it took the words of Jesus Christ to wake me up to this. They don't like when I talk about Christ. Christ is the only one that did something for us. None of the others did. Just Christ. All the other religions I've looked at, they want something from me. The only thing God asked for me was thanks and praise. And I know I have to repent because I messed up in my life. Satan caused me to sin. Not only did I steal, cheat, lie, swear, fight, Lord knows what I've done without knowing, because I didn't know about these flip-flops. I was supposed to have met him with a bloke who would give me a love bite, Mander, and be in shock. But I'm not, because he chose to wake me. He knew I'd care. And he knew I wouldn't change for anyone. You know? That really got me the other day. Rach went to see his Uncle Paul. We hadn't spoken 5-6 years since he had a ratio taken off me. Well, helped. He didn't do it personally. He helped build a court case against me to take a ratio away from me. He said, we can still be friends. You just can't talk about any of this. What, I can't be myself, you mean? Well, I don't want that. The kingdom of heaven comes from within me. And nobody, including my own brother, who don't give a flying monkeys about any of this, is going to change the will of God within me. It's not about flat earth or mud floods. It's not about any of that. It's about good and evil. I'm in a spiritual battle. And my soul, and Horatio's soul, is not coming with you lot. I know changing myself now back to the way I used to be, to pander to your needs or your comforts, because you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth! Because you can't handle the truth. That's not my fault. God made me articulate enough to carry this heavy load, to bear this cross, to accept the narrow path, which, and most of you know, it is lonely. It is lonely because there's not many people like us in the world. There isn't. They're all brain dead. They've been locked up into a mental lie since they got here. And maybe it's a subliminal thing. Maybe it's an internal thing, you know, the gut instinct, whatever you want to call it, that broke out. And I can't put it back. It's like the Spirit of God awoken in me. It was awakened in me, and I can't put it back in the box it was in. It doesn't fit in that box anymore. Because I've grown so much. Because I've learned so much in the last 12 years. I've grown so much. I could never be that person I used to be. I could never be so nonchalant about the truth. I could never sit by and ignore people wanting to inflict damage on smaller people, you know, children. I can't sit by whilst this is happening to them. I can't be quiet. I'm a trumpet for God. God! It's all God. At the end of the day, it's all God. Nothing to do with religion. That book, that Bible helped me. It helped me understand the world. It helped me understand people. It molded the person you're listening to now, because there's a lot of direction given in that book, particularly from Jesus. People want to tell me Jesus is the devil. You're a fucking idiot! Let him without sin cast the first stone. Let him without sin cast the first stone. Does that sound like the devil? Seriously, any of Jesus' words? Do any of Jesus' words sound like the devil? No, not at all. Not at all. He never claimed to be anything other than the Son of Man. And he came to show us how to live a life properly. And people are like, but it's just a book. 500 witnesses say that this person existed. You celebrate Christmas, Easter, Palm Sunday. You put the clocks forward and backwards on him. All to do with Jesus. Not only that, but they changed the calendar. They changed the calendar. They reset the clock. You do understand what AD means, don't you? After the death of Christ. They changed the clock because of him. They reset the calendar because of him. And this isn't something that... You could say, oh, they set all this up so that when this happened, You'd think all these things and Jesus was the truth because of his date and because of the calendar and because of this and because of that. They set it all up. Yeah, they could have done. But they unconditionally hate him. And until you see it, until you hear it like that, you'll know them by the fruits. They unconditionally hate him. Even if he was just a story, and my gut instinct tells me he's not, even if he was just a story, how can that affect you personally? For all those people, there's still God, right? Jesus was just a guide. And even if they invented Jesus, he was just a guide to bring you to God. The messenger. Well, I received that message loud and clear. It came through on startling volume when I realised that Christ had given his blood for all of mankind. Some say that he was God in the flesh. Possible. But God, the Spirit of God was in him. That's for sure. But the actual Spirit, the Creator, is outside of all of this. Could he have come down in the flesh as his own son, lived a perfect life, and then died for all of us? Yes, he could, because he's God, right? And that's the leap of faith you've got to take. God himself, for me, takes no faith at all. I can see him. I hear him in music. I hear him in wind chimes. I hear him on the wind. I hear him in the rustling in the trees and the bushes. The breath of life that he blows in here, that he created, that is instinctively inside of you, to be good, to be spiritual. They've blocked it all. That's why people like this are totally against the Bible. Or you have to discern the truth for yourself, folks. I am not religious. Let me state this one more time for you lot who do not listen. I am not religious. I don't like the Pope. I don't like the Archbishop of Canterbury. I can't stand Billy Graham. I can't stand Kent Ovine. I used to love Kent Ovine, Ray Comfort. I used to love those people. But they're bringing a false doctrine. They are the very false idols. They are the lukewarm Christians that Jesus spoke about. Who speak the word of God but don't mean it. I never asked for this to happen to me. I'm sure I didn't. I was born into this world by random chance. I'm randomly made a boy. It's a 50-50. I could have been a girl. I could have been a boy. It's a 50-50, right? And then I've got a chance of being good or evil in this world also. Somehow, the most evil people in the world took over the world and then started selling the world back to you. The children of God were sold back God's lands. Told they can't buy, well, you can't buy the land, you can rent the land. God's land, oh, you've got some answering to do when you meet him. I want to meet God with a smile on my face and say, look, I messed up for 40 years of my life, Father. I really did. But the moment I knew you existed, I changed just about everything I could in my life. He's the witness to what I'm saying as well. And it cost me a lot of friends. It did. It cost me friends. It cost me family. But in return for that loneliness of losing that circle of friends, I gained the spiritual comfort of knowing God exists. And it doesn't make me better than my friends. It just gives me great comfort in knowing that he's there. Before, it was my friends that gave me great comfort knowing they are there for me. And then when I really needed them, they weren't there. When I really wanted them, they weren't there for me. I wanted them to understand water's level the way I did. I wanted them to understand the world's not spinning the way I did. but I couldn't get them to understand. You can lead an horse to water, you can't make it drink. Well, you can lead a man to knowledge, but you cannot make him think. That has to come from inside, right? That's how you know the kingdom of heaven exists, right? For all of you that have actually looked inside yourselves. And once I did realize the kingdom of heaven existed, I wanted to know about God. And the only place I can find this is in the Holy Scriptures. And I didn't read them all. I listened to nearly all of them online. Vedic, the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible, you name it. I went through Buddhism, you know. I wanted to know about all of the world's religions and what they thought about God. And you could say it's just because I grew up in the West that I adopted the Christian belief, but it's Christ himself that I follow. Understand? It's not, I don't worship Christ, I follow Christ. He told me to follow him, not worship him. He said, no one is good except for the Father. Worship God, not me. So I do. When he said he was the way, the truth, and the life, I didn't understand until I started receiving all this information, all these truths. They shatter a person's ego. I was broken when I realised what a fool I was. I was literally hysterical. I don't know how long for, but I cried. Cried until it hurt. Ate me ribs, ate me sides, ate me arms. I couldn't, even my throat was hurting from crying that much. And God, again, my God's witness to it. I just bolted upright when I realised they were hiding him. And they did a good job of it. They did a good job on hiding God from everyone, making you disbelieve in the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran and the Holy Vedic texts. All these ancient people, our ancestors, wrote these words in these books. And all right, they might not be translated perfectly, but the core essence is the same. There is a creator, there is a God. In this side of the world, we call him God or Yahweh, Yahusha. And the other side of the world, they call him Allah, or they call him Buddha or Vishnu, Brahma. They've all got different names for him, but there's a God. And I don't need a book. I certainly don't need a Holy Bible to prove that to me. I needed that book for guidance. And there were parts of that book I don't agree with. You've all listened to me. You've all heard me say it many times before. There are parts that I don't agree with. It's not God's word. My Heavenly Father did not tell people to go and murder a whole village, including the animals. But when it comes to the children, you can take the little virgin girls for yourselves. What? Say what now? That's a P. That's a P. I don't have to be told when I hear something nonsense. It automatically sounds wrong. And that right there sounds wrong. Why would God tell the men to take the virgin girls for themselves? You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. That is not my Heavenly Father talking. And again, when it comes back to the Holy Bible, I don't believe every word in it. You got to be winding me up. At this point in the game, with all the lives that are around me, you want me to accept that that book is the whole word of God and nothing but the word of God, when it mentions gold and jewels and being good to your slave master and going to use usuries. Jesus never said use a usury. Unless someone explained it like this once, that a usury was a warehouse where the community put excess food, clothes, all the stuff they had extra, they put it there for people that didn't have it. New people to the town could go to the usury, use the usury for goods that they didn't have. That makes sense. But why don't we have usuries now? It's like the food bank. That's like a usury to me, a food bank. But we didn't really have many food banks when I was younger. Now, I see people queuing up all over the place for food banks. And I'm just like, do you know what really got me? I watched one early on. There's someone in a real nice car lined up behind loads of other people with really nice cars. Queued for an hour to get food bank. Got a load of food. Came home, videoed it all, showed what they got. And was like, this is what I got. But yet, they've got a really nice car, really nice house, and they go into food banks. That destroys me. That's meant for the people at the very lower levels, not for people in middle class houses. And you've got 2 or 3 cars, and you go into a food bank. You're taking the piss. It's for the people that don't have anything. And again, it comes back to God created everything with a seed within itself to recreate its own kind. The whole world is circular. You can plant it and regrow it, or birth it and regrow it. Pigs, sheep, whatever. God made it so everything was free. And Satan took that away from the world. He took away the freedom. They say this is a free world, but it's not free, is it? And the system that we live in, with the education the way it is, all it teaches people is to add up so they can pay the taxes and sign names, English, to sign the names on dotted lines and do as they're told. That's what education is about, right? It is. It teaches you nothing. They're going to teach us about King Henry VIII and how many wives he had, and the French Revolution, and this and that and that and this. And when we leave school, none of it, absolutely none of it, is used ever again. Correct? So when it comes to books and literature, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't read much. I had to listen to the Bible many times, and I've watched Matthew, Mark, Luke and John so many times on YouTube. Just to remind me that they hated him first before they hated you for telling the truth, before they hated me for telling the truth that God exists. So all I'm saying is God exists, and they hate me for it. And this includes my own family and my own friends. Apart from the ones that have found God, that is. They worship false idols. They put all these fake people in front of us so that we wouldn't see the truth. And it worked. None of them see what's happening. They don't see Satan before them. They just don't understand how special they are. And if they did, they wouldn't act the way they did. God is intentionally left out. Yes, he is, Sarah. Left out. They don't want you to know that you're a special creation and where you live. All these things matter. The flat earth, because then you realise God created it. Where are you? If you're not on the spinning ball and you're not in space like they told you, where are you? That's why flat earth is important. It is an important subject, but it's not important to me anymore. It proved God to me. Yes, it did. I agree. But this subject proved God exists, and it proved what the devil was doing to us. This subject. None of the other subjects do this. They want to talk about numbers and Shemantria and all this. It all means nothing. They don't walk around screaming out 2222222. I got an answering machine that'll talk to you. They don't do that. They don't walk around hanging up the 666s and the Hail Satan signs. They don't do it. But you can tell them just by the way they walk. You'll know them by the fruits. Jesus told you, you'll know them by their fruits. That's not Satan talking. That's why they hate him. Is that a skull and bones? It bloody well is, right there, look. They hate him because he told the truth. He's the original truth spitter. I'd love to see how God did it all. I really would. I'd love to see the creation of the world. I'd love to see that moment that he raised the waters up and down and pushed the earth upwards, separated the heavens from within. I'd love to see it. And then sit and watch him create life one after the other. Millions of plants, flowers, fish, birds, everything. Every detail. I don't believe in any of these extinct animals. I don't. The dodo and the great moa, what we just saw. I don't believe in none of it. So, back to the rocket scientist that went off on one, didn't I? This person helped hide God from you. Created a moon set with a fake spaceship and then faked a moon landing for the whole world. No stars in space. And then faked it. Look. You can see that this is just that, right? It's the same thing. But you believed it. You believed that this shanty shack of a ship, that piece of shite there, went to the moon and back. The lunar module on its own, the lunar module is a piss take. Anyone at all that believes that Unca Junca there, bearing in mind, look at the panels, look at that open gaps. It's not even sealed up properly. It's not even sealed up properly. Can we get a close up on that? But you want to believe that Unca Junca there, that piece of shite covered in gold foil, that's a spaceship. You want me to believe that the rivets that aren't even in properly, and that looks just like crepe paper, it really does. So it's a Masonic school art project. You want me to believe that Unca Junca there was blasted into space by Werner von Braun? You want me to believe that I can't see stars in space? That's what you want me to believe? That there are no stars in space? Ever? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. The moon's not even glowing. The moon glows and that's not glowing. How come the sun is only hitting the moon here and not over there? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But that's all they had to do to make people believe in this stuff, was make movies about Jean-Luc Picard and Luke Skywalker and Blake Seven and all the rest of them. And the world fell for it. I was a sucker too. I can't empathise this with you enough. I was a sucker. I believed in space. But it only takes a little bit of your own free thinking to understand there's problems with the whole story. There's no stars in space. If there's no air in space, how do the rockets burn? How do they push up and down with nothing to push against? You have to have air as the medium to push you upwards. To levitate upwards requires air. To make that flame burn requires air. No dust filled the shoes of the lunar lander. Look at the state of this. And there it is. It was all to discourage you from becoming a spiritual child of God again. That's all it's about. The moon glows. It literally glows. Just lit up in one spot. It's a fish story, is what it is. Rockets don't work in space. Lunar lander don't work in space. What is that? SpaceX launches 2 lunar landers on the moon. Shut up! This is Elon. Elon's at it now as well, is she? US company Firefly Aerospace just landed on the moon with its Blue Ghost spacecraft. The Blue Ghost. Oh my gosh. It just gets worse. And they're the original 3 women that walked on the moon. Wernher von Braun would have given them a load of answers for when they landed. But when they did land, they didn't have a lot to say, did they? In fact, they looked like they hadn't been to the moon. You know when you have the saying in England, oh, I'm over the moon. I've been to the moon. I'm over the moon. Those 3 looked like they were lying. Well, they were lying, but they literally looked like they were lying. Yeah. Rockets don't work in space because there's no medium to push against or slow themselves down on. Spacesuits don't work in a vacuum. The occupants of the spacesuit boil in their own blood. Go look. There's one. There is one footage of a astronaut going into a vacuum chamber, and they had to force the doors open after 30 seconds because the guy just fell over. He was literally cooking inside the suit. If you don't believe me, go look at what happens to water in a vacuum. It boils. So the idea of putting a living body inside a vacuum to watch it boil would be lunacy, wouldn't it? It would. But there you go. Wernher von Braun. That took ages. Sorry. I got ranting about space. Wernher von Braun. Let me cut that one out. There we go. 47 minutes. Was I really waffling for that long? Sorry. Wernher von Braun. Von Braun. There we go. Wernher von Braun. Create. Da 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 da. There we go. Right. It's 20 past 10. I've been going 2 hours 20. I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. Just remember, folks, God loves you. He really does. He wouldn't have woken you up to all this nonsense if he didn't love you. He wants you to have this message. He wants you to know that you were born in an inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy world. Thank you very, very much for watching. Skull checkers and forensic students from around the world. Good night, Luke. Good night, Lynn. We'll see you all tomorrow. Just remember, there are trolls out there, okay? They don't want you to know that God exists. However you find your way in this world, do it with God at the root of your heart, okay? Good night, and God bless, and goodbye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good night, Tub.